All right, today is Tuesday, December 14th, 2021. We'll take a look at the price action this morning on the NASDAQ and on the Russell. Um, let's see here. Kind of got a little bit of a downtrend later into the morning, initial pop up. Kind of see a nice little, I mean, when we zoom out and look at it after the fact, a nice pop up here, came down, tested this 3 minute support, bounced back up, and then that didn't really break through solidly through this level to gain um, 3 minute. Oh, it looks like we never gained 2 minute support and never got a 2 minute buy signal in this section. So kind of reversed from down there and then finally broke through the 3 minute and then downtrended nicely from there. Before I jump into the price action, just want to point out how incredible AbleTrend is. They were printing this 3 minute support right at shortly after market open, right around 6:33 West Coast time, and then about 45 minutes later, finally price got down to that level and tested it and rejected off of that. And so this support level that they started printing pretty much right at market open held. 45 minutes later, just blows me away sometimes when you see stuff like that. I don't trade that kind of strategy right there to take kind of a counter trend trade off of this support level, but that's definitely a viable strategy using AbleTrend. Is you see a big support level printing for a long time, have a limit order right there to go long when it tests it, and in at we call it 60, it's went all the way up to went up like 80 points off of that level. Just crazy. Anyways, that was a side note. Let's jump into the trades and the price action for this morning. So here we are, market open. We're in a downtrend and a sell signal leading up to market open. Kind of tested it, came down all the way here, and then quickly reversed. Got a 1 minute buy as well as 2 minute. We didn't get the 3 minute print confirmation until this bar, which was a good entry bar. Only thing again with the NASDAQ, so we would have been in at, let's call it 27 and a half. There's definitely slippage these days with the volatility increase, but this thing came all the way back down to 910. You're in around 27 and a half, so that's 17 and a half points. It's going to go against you right when you get in. So you got to have a bigger stop loss to stay in that trade. It then proceeded to go upwards the way it was supposed to go. So let's say we're at 27 and a half. It's got to a high of 99 or so. So nice run right there. 2 green bar exit would have had you putting a stop right in this range. So that was a good trade to jump start the day. From there, didn't get a solid sweet spot. We had red oscillators printing, didn't get the blue oscillator. Sell signal into these support levels, bounced off that 3 minute like I mentioned at the beginning. Wanted to go upwards, but we never quite broke through to give us a 2 minute buy signal. We then came down here, finally broke through the 3 minute support, and we got a sell signal right here. This would be our entry bar. We'd be short at 845. This thing got to a low of 767. So almost 80 points there. Plenty of opportunity along the way to lock in some good profit there. 2 green bar exit would have had us out maybe at 808. So in at 845. So, almost 40 points on that 2 green bar exit. And that was the bulk of the trends for the morning. We got another very valid sell signal right here. Short at 770, it's called 778. It would just kind of traded sideways for a long time. Thankfully, you would never have been stopped out. I was in this trade, but you would not have been stopped out. Here's the prior level of resistance where you're going to put your stop. This bar almost got us, but kept us in, and then dropped down from there. 2 green bar exit right there. I think that one was maybe about 20 points or so, and then just a unsuccessful sell signal right there. But you're kind of getting into the dead zone from there. So that was the price action on the NASDAQ. Jumping over to the Russell, going to go full screen here. Um, Another great day with the Russell. But let's see. So we were in here at 2167. Would be a buy signal shortly after market open. Let's see, that's about the 636 bar. A close above the 3-minute resistance level, just barely. So in at 2167. Two green bar exit would have had you out here. Unless you're wanting to let that breathe a little bit more, that'd be a pretty tight, exit. I think the Russell AbleTrend tells us that maybe like 3 points or so before you want to lock in a two green bar exit. So barely had it there, maybe not quite. So if you let that breathe, then it continued on and got to a high of 21.88.9. When I trade the Russell, I kind of like having like a 10-point profit target. So in here at 2167, gets to a high on this bar of 2178.6. So would have had 10 points right there. Another entry right here, came back and close enough to the support level, the 1-minute support, to call it a sweet spot. But we didn't have a red oscillator, and I know Ron from AbleTrend, he says it's best just with the NASDAQ, but I like having that this indicator on the Russell as well. So we would have been long here again, a valid sweet spot at 2175.8. Let's call it 2176. This thing got to a high of 2188.7. So another 10 points right there. Great trends right there. I like having that 10-point profit target on the Russell because you get these really nice trends, but then it reverses pretty quickly within a couple minutes. So a couple bars, you could have a big reversal. As you can see, like right here, we're in, and then this big long bar that almost brought us back to our entry point. Kind of going up, big, came all the way back down. Grinding up here, get extended up here, and then quickly comes right back down. So that's just something with the way the Russell trades. Next trade would have been right here at 2185, got to a high of 2191.6 before kind of retreating and coming back down and kind of breaking below support and then into a sell signal. This price action, the sell off right here, matched, or I should say mirrored NASDAQ. We've got a sell signal in NASDAQ at the same time. So we've been short here at 2173.5. Nice, trend down, then, as I was saying earlier, it kind of comes back up pretty quickly from some of these lows. So, we've been in there. I don't think a two green bar exit would have stopped us out there. We would have been stopped out at this level. Our second level of resistance would have been right there. So 2169.5 in at 2173.5. So 4 points there. Not terrible on the Russell, but some of the best price action comes earlier on in the morning. This was still relatively early, but yeah, and then another somewhat of a sell signal there. Not much to write home about there, but the couple great signals were these first two buys, where they both gave you 10 points each. Before some still valid signals, just not as much movement as those first two. So that's the Russell. Great price action on the Russell lately. Good trending moves. I think it's best on the Russell to having a profit target out there and just lock in something, because you can get 10 points and then it can come back all the way to like stop you out at 4 points for like a two green bar exit. So good to have a profit target on the Russell. Good trading today with AbleTrend in both the NASDAQ and the Russell. Tomorrow is a big Fed day, so it should be interesting. Perhaps might sit in my hands, but we shall see.